Hello everyone. I thought today we would do something a little different. We will use some of these chalice wells essences on a body map. And we'll do a little chakra healing, and I'd like you to imagine this is your body, so this is a proxy. And of course we have crown, third eye, all the way down to the root. This grid that is on is a cube, Metatron's cube. It is sacred geometry, and it will cleanse and clear as well as we go through. So first of all, I'm just going to light a little water candle I have over here in honour of the chalice wells. I'm just going to place a couple of essences into this water. We have the love essence, and we have the light essence, and you can buy these from the Chalice Wells shop. It is a very peaceful place to go to. There are two wells here. There is a red well in the actual gardens, which is rich with iron, and it is all red on the rocks around it. And there is a white well, which is my personal favourite. So before we start, I'm just going to shine this into you, and this has actually scooped up water from the white well, and I've poured it over. Imagine me pouring water just over you, cleansing you. The shell will do this. Running it down your body. Okay. Now before we start, I'm just going to choose some Ogham sticks, and these have all been collected from sacred spaces around the south of England. So we have the spindle tree, the oyer. Okay, and this is an action tree. They used to make bobbins for lace making. It's a small tree with kind of heart-shaped berries that come out in autumn. So we're just going to place that down at the side of you. And then we'll choose another one. Just wait until one has stuck in my hand. And here we have air. We have the poplar. The field maple is also in with those, and they stand for happiness and chattering and friendship, and often in groups together. So I'm just going to leave those either side to imprint their energy onto this. And first of all, I would like you to ground. This is a piece of fossilized tree. I'm just going to draw it down your body. Feel its energy grounding you and relaxing you. And imagine those roots growing out of your feet and into the ground below you and below Glastonbury. Let's imagine we're sitting in the Chalice Wells garden now. We've got all sorts of beautiful plants, little nooks and crannies of the garden. There's an apple orchard, and it looks quintessentially like an English country garden. So I'm going to place that down there at your feet. We're just going to put some chakra stones. So that is an obsidian at the root, a carnelian at the sacral, tiger's eye at the solar plexus, emerald at the heart, turquoise at the throat, lapis at the third eye, and angel quartz at the crown. Okay, so I'm just going to work down here now. The rings I have on are abalone as well, so they will cleanse and shine light energy, and one of them even has a little heart. Okay. So I'm going to protect you now. I'd like you to imagine angel wings enfolding around you like a mother swan with her cygnets. And we're just going to start at the root, and we're going to use, you can't see that the light's shining on, but it is oak and it says strength. So these are brand new. And you can drink these in your water, spray them over your body. I'm just going to put some on the chakra stone. And let's just imagine, I'm going to heal your chakra, your root chakra. As we do this, let's just imagine a beautiful oak tree. As you're sitting in the gardens at the foot of Glastonbury Tor, you can hear the water running into the troughs and the baths and the bathing pools. And just see an oak tree in front of you. How thick and mighty its roots are, and its trunk. And as you do that, you look upwards and you see it spreading out in a uniform shape. And it supports you. And it supports hundreds of forms of life forms that live on the tree. I'm just going to take my hands upwards, channeling the oak energy and the essence of this beautiful, majestic tree into your body at the root. Giving you strength, giving you a stable root chakra, your survival center. So this is where your home life, your bills, your job, your survival is. And we're just channeling that energy of the oak, the douillet as the Druids call it, the douillet, oak of the Druids, towards you. Then we're going to move up to the sacral chakra, which is a water-based chakra for emotions, and this one is called Pasum. And I'm not sure exactly what it's made of, but it says it was made on World Peace Day, a silent minute. So we'll open this. we'll put a drop on the sacral stone. And let's just imagine standing there on a sunny day and drink in the peace of these gardens. They are very quiet with birdsong, various groups of people, but they whisper. They're not loud here because it is a sacred place. And if you are suffering from emotional worries, let's just bring that peace into you. Just imagine the water trickling and gushing out of the taps. And maybe you walk towards the north of the garden and you sit down around the hallowed well. And on the top of this well is a grate with the Vesica Pisces, which is 2 circles, creating a vulva shape, sacred to the goddesses and to women. And just let the peace of the Pasum Chalice Wells garden seep into your abdomen, melting away any worry, any anxiety, perhaps even helping with any fertility issues. And I don't just mean fertility of body, fertility of the mind as well. Okay. All right, and breathe out. And next, we're going to move up to the solar plexus, and this one is for activation, and it is purple allium. I'm sorry the light is shining on that, that's why I'm moving this. Activation. Just imagine that beautiful Sputnik flower. Sometimes they're white, sometimes they're purple, bursting out now, sending its energy from its flowers in all directions like a Sputnik. And then just imagine perhaps sniffing it. It smells like the onions, the alliums, adding a bit of spice, a bit of flavour to your life. And these flower essences, I've really become a fan lately because I had a bit of a healing crisis. And I started taking them, and I also started putting them on certain energy spots on the bodies, and it lifted me right up. They're subtle, but they work. So the activation of energy for you. Activation of your energy. If you've been feeling a bit lethargic lately, perhaps the winter has been a long one where you live. It's been a long one for everyone. Perhaps you haven't been able to go out because you have been shielding. And I'm just going to draw the chakra into you here, sending that energy in. sending in the healing of the allium and its beautiful whites and its purples. Here from the Chalice Gardens in Glastonbury. Bringing in vitality of spring from this sacred place. Lust for life. Just imagine perhaps that you are running downhill through the apple orchards. The sun beating down on you. Maybe some gentle wind chimes. Looking out over Somerset and the town of Glastonbury. And before we go up to the heart, I just want to place some crystals on the hand chakras, because I associate the heart level with the shoulders and the arms. So I'm just going to place those there. And I'm just going to use the light so that you can absorb light through your hands and send light if you wish to. Okay, so we're going to use the Star of Bethlehem, and again you can't see it but it says shine, and I know from the Bach remedies that this is good for grief. This is one of the plants from the Bach remedy, and I used this myself when I had grief, when my partner decided to leave this earth, and it really helped me a long time ago. So we're just going to put some drips on the heart and just let that absorb. I'm just going to clear, to say hey key, anything from the heart. Activate that with the chakra. And then I'm also going to draw this in because it has little heart-shaped berries. So oir, oir, oir. And just imagine that little Star of Bethlehem. Don't worry if you don't know what it looks like. Just imagine perhaps a white starred flower. And in fact it is. I wasn't sure what it is, but there is a picture of the flower. The Star of Bethlehem. And the actual Latin name is Ornithogalum narbonense. Just helping melt away the grease, wash the grief away. Perhaps you would like to move over in your mind's eye in the garden to the bath area, and it's like a stone trough where people sit on the wall around the edges and take their shoes and socks off. And the water gushes down from the well at the top, down another level of garden towards this bath, and there are yew trees and beech trees shading it, and the dappled light shines through. And you take your shoes and socks off, and you put your feet in the water, and as you do that you consciously open the holes in the bottoms of your feet, and you send that grief down your body and out of your feet, And this can be grief for anything, grief for a relationship, grief for someone who's passed over, grief for something that you lost, a way of life perhaps. But you don't want to dwell on it, so let it out into the water. You could also let it out of your hands. If you imagine putting your hands in the water, let the grief out and down. But also absorbing the light and freshness from this water. Helping you to shine your love out. To shine your love towards yourself, but also to those that you are near, those that you think of, and to the world in general. Now we'll move up to the throat area, and here we're going to use the blend of roses for grace, because we all need to speak with grace and think with grace, being mindful. Sometimes we need to speak up for ourselves, but you can always do it with grace. Never forget that. Just imagine breathing in the roses, and we have some roses right here actually, right at the side of this. We have roses, some pink roses from the goddess. Letting it imprint onto your throat, feeling it seep in to your throat area, bringing that energy towards you, speaking with grace, thinking with grace, inviting grace into your life. Perhaps you've got ideas that you want to create a business, or ideas just for drawing, perhaps if you draw or write. Whatever hobby and craft that you do, invite grace into it. Perhaps you are a music writer, inviting grace into the process of writing and creating. Perhaps you are a carpenter. Perhaps you just like sewing and making things. Just inviting that grace in. Breathing in the fragrance of roses. Ah, wonderful. Letting that seep throughout the throat area. And we'll also invite the energy of the poplar. So I shall draw that into you. Poplar, the field maple. Air. 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 And really think before you have a moan or a whinge, because you put that energy out. And if you're thinking it, or if you do say it accidentally, my very good friend, shaman Isabella Stoloff, she goes, cancel, cancel, cancel. That is a way to check your thoughts. And for now, we ask the energy of roses to bring grace towards you. And now we'll move up to the third eye area, and I've chosen communion, Essien for this. And it says that the energy signature of evening communion to the Heavenly Father and morning communion to the Earthly Mother. So I think they have events here, and they gather the essence after they've all perhaps meditated or prayed around certain bowls of water that create these essences. So we'll put 2 drops, one for the Father and one for the Mother, onto that stone. And I chose communion for this one because it is where we get many of our messages. We use our intuition. So just feel that seeping into your brow chakra. Blessings from the sky, God. Blessings from the Earth Mother. Helping you to have communion with the Sky Father and the Earth Mother. So whatever comes from the sky grounds in by the Earth Mother. Helping you use your intuition wisely. Make good, informed decisions for yourself. Look at the bigger picture, look at the pathways, but I would say go with your gut intuition. Your head can be wrong and your heart can be wrong, but your gut feeling is very often right. So we ask for blessings from Father and from Mother to whoever is watching this. And we ask that they can make wonderful, wonderful decisions for themselves that is correct for them and for their life path. Sending that up to you now. And then finally we move to the crown chakra, and I've chosen beech tree here, Phagos. And the beech tree is a knowledge tree. It is a knowledge tree, it is also an ancestral tree as well. And it is a protective tree as well. So just imagine yourself sitting under a beech tree. It can be a green-leafed beech or a burgundy copper beech, we call it. And the arms of the beech fold down around you, hiding you under the canopy as you sit with your back against it. You know that the roots go down your body, but also that the branches reach upwards towards the heavens, towards the skies, and you are in the middle of this, so feel your body elongating. You might even want to lift your arms out and splay your fingers, imagine them reaching up, and the nerve endings absorbing the light from the Creator, any messages from guides and angels. You may even feel your body elongating. Knowledge from the beech, also a very large tree. And in autumn, the leaves turn a crisp, beautiful orange. And sigh out again for me. Ask your guides and angels for those messages to be clear, especially if you are trying to develop your psychic development. Clearing the crown of any dusty chi, enabling the messages to get through to you. Just imagine that dappled shade shining as the leaves are blown in the wind. And then I'd like you to imagine yourself standing up and walking out from underneath this leaf canopy and looking over Glastonbury, and it is a place of rainbows. It's just in the distance you see a little rainbow shooting over and arcing across the sky. Just focus on one of those colours and absorb it into the crown and down your body. So a bit of colour healing there. And I'm just going to root you in again, asking Archangel Metatron to align everything with this grid. And to bring the essences of the Chalice Well Gardens that you can buy online from the Chalice Well shop, the Glastonbury Chalice Well shop. And I'm now just going to place the little fairy stone, the Raphael stone, just here. And I'm actually going to leave this grid up for the remainder of the day after filming this for 24 hours so that these can imprint into you. So know that this is now being left for the next 24 hours to absorb into your body. And I thank you for watching and hope this has brought you some calm and serenity. Bye bye now.